What's going on, everybody? This is Christian Hanna Horror here, and if you know anything about me, you know probably two things. I love Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, and I absolutely adore the Return of the Living Dead movies, the first three specifically, and I thought today is high time to go ahead and give you guys a Surviving the Sequels on possibly the second favorite out of the first three. I know that there is a lot of love for Return of the Living Dead 3, so let me give you 5 reasons why you guys should check out Return of the Living Dead 3. The first reason, and probably the most important reason, this is the very last classic Return of the Living Dead movie. There are 2 more that will not be mentioned in this video whatsoever, but I will say that the last Return of the Living Dead classic for me is absolutely Return of the Living Dead Part 3. This one is the classic 90s style of horror, the early 90s before all things started to change. It's important to note that Return of the Living Dead 3 is pre-Scream. Now, if this movie would have taken place post-Scream, it would have sounded and acted very much differently. Return of the Living Dead 3 to me kind of falls into that pocket, and I love it for that. Return of the Living Dead 3 oozes classic horror, it oozes video store rental love, cherished memories, and all that good stuff, and I dare say you will have all those memories flooded into you when you pop in Return of the Living Dead Part 3. Alright guys, the second reason I want you to check out Return of the Living Dead Part 3 is, yes, practical effects. Now, practical effects are very important in a horror movie, especially classic horror. CGI can be done well. Look to movies like Silent Hill as a great example of a great CGI horror movie. But Return of the Living Dead 3 is defined by its effects. Great practical effects by good guys on a modest budget that pull through to make this movie the success, in my opinion, that it has become with the fans. Maybe not financially, because the film did make a ton of money, but there are some great effects. This movie has its Tarman, if you will, the way the first one has the classic Tarman, and then Part 2 had the same rip-off style Tarman. This one has its own flavor of a Tarman, this mongoloid, no-armed freak that bursts out of another zombie, and it's a really great scene in the movie. If you haven't checked out Return of the Living Dead Part 3, I dare say it'll be one of the highlights of the movie, so the practical effects do reign supreme in Return of the Living Dead 3. Okay guys, the third reason you should check out Return of the Living Dead 3 is I think it has perfect casting. Now, director Brian Yuzna said in a documentary that he wanted to find people that had passion and desire to want to do this movie, and that's one of my favorite things I've ever heard a director say, because without that, Return of the Living Dead Part 3, in my opinion, would have been a horrible movie had he just casted people that had a certain look or style. J. Trevor Edmond and Melinda Clarke are perfect for this movie. They make this movie work to a T. I dare say that without them, this movie would be nothing. If you just got other people that were just like, I'll do this, what the heck? The movie wouldn't have been good. Passion and love from these 2 actors make this movie shine. Melinda Clarke is absolutely stunning. She is perfect as Julie, and J. Trevor Edmond is the kind of guy you can believe in. So Return of the Living Dead Part 3, I think, has the perfect casting for this movie. The fourth reason you guys should check out Return of the Living Dead Part 3 is it takes risks but still keeps the flavor and personality of Return of the Living Dead. That's right, as we know, the second Return of the Living Dead is somewhat of a ripoff. It basically uses the same story in a meta-universe using 2 of the characters from the first movie. Now, while I love Return of the Living Dead Part 2, if they would have tried to do that again for 3, it would have fallen on its face. The fans would have been like, what is going on? Don't you guys have any other idea? This is a Romeo and Juliet type horror movie. It's a love between 2 people and a desire to be together, but despite it being families and friends that don't want them to be together, it's Julie becoming dead and J. Trevor trying to fight it from happening. But as we know, things don't turn out as good as we'd like them to at the end. And the 5th and final reason you guys should check out Return of the Living Dead Part 3 is this. The movie is just plain fun. There are some really funny characters in this movie. The gas station scenes are hilarious. The clerk for the gas station is funny. That poor guy did not deserve to die. Also, the sewer man. It's funny. By the end of the movie, the scenery gets really cool. Really great shots in the movie. And of course, Julie at the end becoming what you see on the cover of here is pretty breathtaking. I dare say it's one of my favorite scenes in any of the Return of the Living Dead movies, period. So Return of the Living Dead Part 3, as simple as the reason is, it's just fun. Give the movie a shot if you have not gotten there yet. It is a classic Return of the Living Dead movie. So at the end of the day, guys, I say go ahead and pop this movie in. If you haven't seen it in a while, give it another shot. If you haven't seen it yet, I definitely want you to check it out. I think you'll have a good time. So this is Christian Hanna Horror, guys, with another Surviving the Sequels. Now, we've done Return of the Living Dead 2 and 3 now. 2 movies that I absolutely love, and sometimes I just gotta talk about them over and over again. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is Christian Hanna Horror. Thank you to all my patrons who make these videos possible. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.